All right. Hello all. Welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today we obviously are going to be doing a showcase for Carnival LR Wrath Broly. Now I did not honestly really expect to pull this guy. I did, my last couple of summons. I'm actually probably going to summon a bit more, but it is not going to be like during this celebration. Well, I mean, it'll be at the tail end of the celebration, I think. I'm going to wait until the summon points are up, which technically is only in like 2 days or so, but I'm going to wait till I have like 150. And then I'll do those like at the same time as like my Dokkan Day tickets and have that as a summon. I probably won't summon on the next TUR. I guess we'll have to see what it is though. But regardless, we're gonna be trying this guy out. Obviously, I'm awakening him for the first time. So let's do this. Now, he is 55%. I do think this is actually probably a character where every single dupe provides immense value. Raw defense equips provide immense value. This is one of those characters, the guard, the damage reduction, and he's stacking, right? All of those sort of things alone on characters make them better the higher their raw defensive stat is. And especially when you have all three, like Broly does, uh, he's going to be really insane. Now, the thing for Broly that, we do have to sort of point out, this is like an awful, horrendous, like dog shit meta for him. I don't like to defend characters by saying, "Oh, yeah, it's just not a good meta for him." Because listen, I've played Dokkan long enough. I'm sure most of you have as well. Where I don't want to sit here and like, oh, maybe, one day the buffs might come. Maybe he will get stuff that's really good for him. Right now, obviously, I'd say he's not in a good spot for like the shorter content. However, I do believe he'll probably obviously be like an absolute beast in Festival of Battles, so I'm really excited to jump into that. He should probably be how I get the clear. We'll see though. But yeah, I do want to try out this Cabba stage. Now, typically, I have been using the new Supreme Magnificent Battle, wherever the hell it is. Here we go. Stage 4, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. I find this to be a very good showcase stage. The super is worth like 7.5 mil. However, with Broly, he needs to be hit 4 times before he actually gets his full like super condition. And if you know how that event goes, he's literally not going to be able to build defense up. Like I can't. I don't know. It's just like not fair to show him in there. Essentially, he won't even be able to look a fraction as good as he might be able to. So I do want to try him out here on super bosses. I think he could be really good. And also, I mean, with the release of him, I mean, super bosses, I do think is probably and Golden Frieza as well, obviously, and a pretty decent spot probably, at least from where they were at the end of GDC. But we're gonna have to see. Let's jump in. We'll find out. I'm not necessarily going for the win here, but just trying him out, seeing how he does, and also, um, I don't know, because the thing is with this fight, it does have crits. Cabba at the very end has crits. Crits are much better against characters that are mainly stats, and once his damage reduction wears out, he just gives the guard. He could potentially get shredded. And once again, equips, link levels, dupes, however you can raise this guy's defense, every little bit, I think, will be very important for him. But I do want to sort of, just for the first time here, jump in, link level 1 and 55% no equips anything. And this way we'll see how good he is. After this one, though, I'm not going to lie, I probably will fully link level him, get the equips on him. That way I can actually get the fucking Festival of Battles clear. So we'll see how this goes. I'm very excited to jump into this, though. I think he'll look really nice, at least in this fight.
I am justice given form. I am the world. Now worship. Venerate the most noble, splendid, immortal, and supremely powerful god, Zamasu.
I can't believe how incredible Broly is.
But still, it's not right.
Now another thing with Broly, his animations are like so good. I think it's crazy. What is? Ooh, okay. That battle motion looks sick. He goes from like base all the way like that. That's actually really cool. For Broly, I find it kind of funny that it's like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I still think has the best animations in the game. I mean, we'll see all of his animations here, in a moment, but I do think this guy probably has like the second best. Which is really funny because I also think the Extreme AGL, 9th anniversary AG, the Broly that transforms, you know what I'm talking about, probably also still has some of the best animations in the game. So kind of crazy that Dragon Ball Super Broly is like at least 2 of the top 5 best animated characters in the game. I mean, if you don't want to say they're top 3 or whatever, I feel like you can't go any lower than top 5 though, 100%. Okay, now I would actually really like to have Rose on rotation next to Broly. He has support. He does also have, I mean, actually, Prepared for Battle doesn't really give me... Yeah, it's just key right now, but this will be, 5% will be at least a decent help. Rose does have that, so... Okay, well, let's play the turnout. 197,000 obviously is not a very high, good, however term you want to use, starting value. It's not that good. However, obviously this guy is meant to like really ramp up. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, 3,000 from the first one there. Now I did get hit twice, so I'm going to have the 2 additional supers guaranteed. Well, the high chances. They're high chances, rather. See, normal. Please don't be both normals. Okay, at least I got one of them. Now, this is another thing with Broly. I think his defense can already be sort of spotty against like the hardest like content right now. Ooh, okay, so he actually got hit. That's really good. That gets that build up for him. He can be spotty if he's getting like all the supers. Even Rainbow, and the defense things. Well, the defensive whips, rather. I guess even, because my Alex, I did have Prepared for Battle in there. So, yeah, defense links too. Regardless, like, a high chance, I don't know. That feels pretty bad. Now, thankfully, he does have, like, guaranteed crit once he's, like, fully built up. So, that will be very nice. And, he is getting the 30% buildup for super received. So we'll have to see how that is in action. But, when I was clearing this fight for the first time, I was like, yeah, this is definitely designed just to, like, get maximum value out of the new Broly. At least that's how it felt to me. I immediately knew if I get him, I want to try him out in here. Because, it starts out a little slower, and then by the end, Cabba can actually do some pretty damn decent damage to you. So, a real test for Broly, while also, being sort of fair to him, because he's meant for long content. Would be try him out here. So that's, obviously what I wanted to do. So we'll see exactly what he does. Now, I have been hit 3 times now. And hopefully there's going to be another attack in slot 1 before I attack. That way I can actually get potentially, 4 additional supers. But once again, this is a character that is actually going to vary quite a lot for like everyone. Supers being 50% chances. Who knows? That could be, you could get really, really unlucky or really, really lucky. It's going to be kind of hard for like two people to have the exact same opinion on this character, I really do think so. It's just, I don't know. We'll have to see. I really like his design though, at least. I mean, I love stacking characters. I mean, you guys probably know that. So I'm very enthusiastic about this guy. You know what? I gotta get a stacking video out for him. Just in general, stack attack. That could be really crazy. Maybe I'll do that tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so for Broly here. Okay, I mean, we're up to 774,000. I would say that's not like, you know, amazing, but we only got 2 supers last time. And we did get the one, like, super targeted at us. I still have 5 build-ups to go for this ability. So, in fact, I'll be able to get all 5 of the remaining build-ups this turn. So we'll see next turn, I mean, what Broly's up to. That'll be a pretty decent idea of how he's scaling. Now, oh, you know what? I probably... Oh, well. For my initial showcases, I do like to do, like, the unit breakdown portion before I actually jump in. Okay, that was a 16.4. 9.9, okay. I see you, Broly. He's building up decently quick here. I probably still will do the breakdown portion at the end, but I usually record it before I actually jump in. 10.2. That way I can be as sort of like unbiased as possible in a way, if that makes any sense. Okay, huge. We're actually getting really lucky here. So 4 supers this turn. And what are we gonna get on the 5th one? That's the big question here. Okay, it's a normal. Still though, I mean, I'll take it. And then we get another super received, so he has the other 30% buildup. Okay, I mean, his attack's going to ramp up pretty quickly here. He's probably going to be doing a decent bit of damage in turns going forward. Because, I mean, he has guaranteed crit. And if you're getting lucky with the supers, you know, you have 5 guaranteed. I mean, it's going to be pretty nice. Now, if you have this guy with dupes, I would say, obviously, you want some level of additional on him. You know, he stacks from the additionals. He really needs to get as much stacks in as possible. However, I mean, given that he already has 5 attacks guaranteed.
To bring about the justice I desired, I needed the perfect sympathizer as my ally. In this timeline, there is no one who can stop us. We have all the power here. The 2 of us alone.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't like talking during the animations there. Given that he already has 5 attacks guaranteed, I would say for Broly, you probably don't need the most additional. Now, a really good thing about his design, actually, is, you know, once again, I mean, he gets up to guaranteed crit after 5 attacks performed. Very easy to get. Now, it says, if you pay attention to the wording, for every super attack the enemy launches at the character. Not for every super attack received. When the enemy launches. For every super attack the enemy launches, however you want to phrase it. This will still... I suppose I haven't actually looked at anyone's, like, play, like, using him or anything. But the way that's worded, even if you dodge the super, it should still give you the 30% stat. So I'd say, I mean, obviously don't go any crit, right? I would also say get as much, like, raw defense or raw attack if that's your preference. I mean, either or will be very impactful for him if you are an offensive player in the sort of equip slots. But other than that, once again, I don't like talking during the animations there. Other than that, I'd say for Broly, just get a solid like 10, additional in there, and then the rest being dodge, I think could be pretty decent. Now, okay, so we're up to 2.6 million here. Now we do have, reminder, this is 55%. Link level 1. We have no equips on here. We do have 30% defensive support from AGL Rosé. But that's all we have here. He's up to 2.6. Okay. Now I do have guard, right? So that certainly does help. But 2.6 isn't, guard isn't going to save us. Because we're on turn 5 here. This is Broly at the start of his 3rd turn appearing. I've gotten 6 total supers. Yeah, I don't know. And this is why I want to try him here. And we'll see what the next red zone stage. Okay, that's really good. 151,000. We'll see what the next red zone stages are. How they, if they're long or not. But for Broly, 28.7. Okay. Because this is a guaranteed crit, and then if we actually get a bunch of supers, because once again, this guy's 55%, 17.8. As his 3rd appearance, I'd say this is off to a pretty good start. But just to put into perspective, Rosé, when he gets fully built up, can do damn near a 20 million super, right? If you have 2.6 million defense, and okay, 19 mil, and you have the guard, that's so guard is essentially worth 50% damage reduction. So it'll cut an attack in half. So if a 5.2 million super was pointed at you, the guard cuts it in half. He has 2.6. He'd load perfectly. Did I actually? Maybe I didn't fully pay attention and I missed him actually getting to normal there. Did I actually get all of them being supers? I think I might have. I could be wrong. I think that's what just happened. If so, that's very crazy. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Broly. I definitely... I don't know. I'm liking him so far. Now, once again, he's definitely... This is definitely a stage where he's, designed to be good in. But so far, he's doing pretty well, I'd say. You know what? Let me activate the Rosé support here. And then we'll also use AG... Well... Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll hold on to these for this turn. The thing is... I don't want to use it, too early. Because, that final phase can be pretty difficult. Yeah, let me hold on to this stuff, I guess. Just to sort of be as safe as possible. And we'll just float a few Zamasu off. I think we should be fine. And then next turn, I'll use that Rosé as active. And, it does hit super bosses first. So it's going to be a true, 15%. It's the active skill phase to attack and defense. And when you have both of them, that's 30%. Because the other 10% defense goes to future, so obviously, Broly's not on future. So, he could look pretty crazy. I do think so. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this guy out in Festival. I think the sort of clear with him could be pretty fun. Ooh. Hey, Jiren. Goddamn, man. Hey, Jiren. Bro's getting fucking demolished. What is that, buddy? I guess, he came out practically a full year ago at this point. Technically even longer, actually. But still, I took a bit of damage. Took a bit of damage there, buddy. I don't, I'm normal. Yes. Okay, well. Hey, at least I kept him on the rotation. And, when I go on the standby mode, he'll be invincible, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm up to 4 million here. I mean, I jumped up 1.4 mil between that turn and last. Yeah, I got all of them. All of them were supers last turn. That's very crazy. But still, I mean, this is 11 supers. We've been hit by 3 supers. And I'm up to 4,043,000. So like Festival, he will demolish. I'm really excited to do that. But I mean, we're in a short content meta. So he's. I mean, this is the sort of thing I'm trying to get across here. I love his design, but he's just not. Cabba fight, I think he could be good, and we'll see what these next RedZone stages bring. But outside of like this fight and like Festival battles, I'll definitely make sure to showcase him in other stages. But I think he could be better, right? So I don't know if I were to change literally a single thing. I keep saying this. I really like the idea of this change. For every super attack the enemy launches at the character, in here you write temporarily increases damage reduction rate by 30%. Right? And that's it. Because as you'll see up here, 40, 30, so 70%. And he has the guard. So on turn 1, he'd be entirely immortal to damage. After turn 1, if you were receiving a super, he'd have 60% damage reduction in the guard. And then finally, on his third appearance, turn 5, he'd have the 30% damage reduction for the super as well as the guard. I don't think that'd make him too OP, while also helping him a decent deal. Pretty significantly, honestly, in the shorter content meta. So just keep that in mind. Now, he does also have this active, which gives 60% active skill, phase defense, and a scouter. So this could potentially be pretty helpful for some of those, final. Well, this could actually be like a nuke in Festival. Actually, I'll be really curious to see that. But for like Rose Zamasu or the Gohan Goten Trunks fight, I mean, maybe this could be pretty helpful to him. I don't know. We'll have to see. I would like to get more stacks with him, but I'm also. The thing is, I don't want to lose the support from Rose. I'd have to float him off if I don't use this. Rose's active now, because this is definitely going to kill. I think I'll lose out on the support. I think that's probably the better idea here. I need Broly to have as much defense as possible, and I think this will probably be better for us. Okay, see, because we even received the super, that 30% phase 2 is going to help out significantly. 37.8. Okay, Broly. I mean, yeah, he's definitely stacking up pretty decently. I mean, once again, guaranteed crit. Okay, I don't want to get a normal, though. That's not huge. 24. I mean, to be fair, I mean, that was only the... It's only the third normal I've gotten, actually, I think. So, I've actually been pretty lucky with him so far. So, yeah, I mean, getting that little extra stats there, I think, will be genuinely very helpful for Broly, but we'll have to see. Now, for this turn, essentially what I'm going to do, first let's pop the active.
To achieve our virtuous plan, the Zero Mortals plan, we are sentencing the most unsightly beings to the heaviest punishments.
Now, this guy's always, like, supering in slot 1. So next turn, Broly, I mean, we'll get to actually really see how he's going to do. Now, I do also want to use the taunt here, just to be extra safe. And then finally, let me use Jiro.
You can take it from here. The fighters who hoped to challenge me have already failed.
Alright, well, time to see, I guess next turn, but time to see what Broly's got for us. I think he's going to look very, very crazy next turn. Yeah, this guy's defense isn't fully built up. Now, Cabba has only been hit the one time. Yeah, so we're fine, but obviously the thing with Cabba, that build-up he has, I mean, he can build up to some pretty insane damage, while also getting to the point where he's pretty tanky. So I don't know. We'll see exactly how this goes. I definitely am a little worried, and I don't know if Broly is going to tank it or not. We'll have to see. I mean, you literally saw me awaken him. It's the first time jumping in. I do like to, I've said this several times, I do like to, even if I beat an enemy, still jump in several times without looking at the stats. Eventually, I do, like on like Dokkan info, check the stats for characters or bosses. But at first, I like to wait, get more experience before I just like fully lock in on the numbers. So I actually don't know how high this guy hits up to. But he received what, like 4, or was it? I think it was just 4 attacks last turn, so he's at 60%. Now Broly here, we're up to 5,074,000. Reminder, we got the 2 stacks last turn. We got the super hit us, as well as we have the Rose active up now. So now, what I want to do... Oh, really? I can't get him... I mean, he doesn't really need it, but... Now I'm going to use the other Rose active here. And now he has 30% active skill phase. And we're up to 5.7 mil, essentially. Alright, well, we'll see what this does. I mean, this guy has crit, so he could potentially do a lot of damage to Broly. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Now, reminder, I have not used Broly's active at all. So we'll see what happens. Jesus Christ. Oof. God damn. Yeah. See, then this is what I was saying with Broly. I really like his design, and he's going to be an insane help for Festival of Battles. But every dupe counts. The links count. The equips, everything. You need as much as you can. That's also part of why I want to summon some more. I mean, I do still need like Khalifa KO. I would actually really like to have them. But every dupe matters on this guy. And I mean, to be fair, I actually managed to pull a dupe of the first, the Golden Freeze Gogeta off their banner. That shit doesn't happen to me on initial banners, like practically ever. See, I got a dupe of Golden Frieza Gogeta. The other time I got a dupe this year, which was the only time this has ever happened to me in the entire time I played the game, I got 2 of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, not only in one multi, but in a Taken multi. And then I did manage to get 3 of AGL Broly, not all in the same summon, separate summons. But I managed to get 3 of AGL Broly during 9th anniversary. Before that, like, I can't really... I think I might have pulled like 2 Super Saiyan 3 Gokus during Golden Week. But it starts to get... I don't know. I don't typically pull dupes of characters on their initial banner. So I'm not expecting it, but it is a double rates banner. I still need stuff off it, so... Okay. Well, you know what? Let me jump in one more time here. I'll cut away. I'll come back against that final, stage once we're ready to jump into what Broly's actually going to be doing. And we'll see if we can't get him to dominate. I'll make sure to use his active, I guess. And do keep in mind, by the way, I mean that was Cabba. with 5 of his 10 buildups. 5 of his 10. I'm pretty sure it was 5 of his 10. It was 5 or 6 of his 10. So we died from 1.1 mil, and he still could have gotten significantly stronger. And that was a really lucky run, by the way. Just pointing it out for the super proc. So I don't know if that's going to be my consistent luck with Wrath Broly, but it's worth pointing out. But yeah, I'm going to cut away. I'll be right back. So as you can see, available in 13 hours. It did not go so well at all, to be frank. I couldn't even actually get back to the third phase. I didn't record that because I thought surely this time I don't die. Surely this time I don't die, and it just well yeah, Jesus Christ. Because what happened is literally only that first attempt I recorded were the attacks in slot 1. Like before he attacked, the 2 attacks. Every other time I couldn't get a single attack to appear there for Broly. So moving into like Super Saiyan Cabba, I wasn't like ready. I wasn't tanky enough. And even when I actually had been hit, I actually got pretty unlucky with my supers. So I don't know. I definitely, once again, I know every bit of defense is going to help on this guy. So I definitely am going to use him more once I link level him and get the equips in and everything. But honestly, I guess I'll end this one here. And I already went over a bit of his kit, but just real quick to sort of get the quote unquote breakdown portion in here at the end. So for Broly, because people like specifically like the SA effects, they might know this by now for Broly, but if you don't know, when a character stacks attack and defense like this, where it's a semi-permanent stack, and I say semi-permanent because a lot of people also don't know that these only last 99 turns from their initial activation. So these are only worth 20%. Each one of these is worth 20%. 18 and 12 key. I feel like maybe they could have given him like greatly raised on 18 key, maybe. I don't know, just a thought. Or once again, the damage reduction change. Now, I already went over the damage reduction and the guard. He has 250% attack and defense. Or actually, rather, 260% attack and defense at the start of turn. Essentially the same amount that Gogeta and Golden Frieza have. They have 250. So now he's also getting, for every attack performed, he went up to 5, defense 50% up to 400%, maxes out at 8. And then he gets 20% crit. Once again, I already explained this. He gets permanent crit after 5 attacks. For every attack received, however, he gets Q1 up to 5, attack 40% up to 300%. So that actually maxes out at 8 attacks received. And then he gets the permanent additionals that have a 50% chance of being a super, up to 4 times. He also has, once again, we went over this, the super attack. Every time it's launched at him, he gets a permanent 30% attack and defense phase 2, which I suppose is worth noting. This is his only phase 1 buff right here. So phase 1 support will be pretty big for him, pretty impactful. This is phase 2. This is phase 2. This is phase 2. And then finally, when receiving an unarmed super attack, he has a great chance of nullifying. He gets a 260% phase 2 attack up temporarily and counters with tremendous power. So I'm actually not really sure, honestly, where we'll be able to take advantage of that. Well, actually, in Festival of Battles, that the movie Goku isn't his like an unarmed from the Broly movie. I think it is. So maybe we could get that there. That could be pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm going to end this one here, and we will yeah, I'm really excited to jump into the festival battles. I definitely want to get that done. I'll probably, what I'll do is I'm going to jump in with Broly And for like my super class team, I already have a team made. I think it should go pretty well. First, I want to link level them and everything first though. But after I get that like super class clear done, I am going to re-record like going all the way through it for the extreme class mission. So we'll make sure to get both those in. That super class one's gonna be long as hell. We'll see what happens with the extreme class. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. Let me know what you're thinking of Broly down below. I think he can be decent. He's just not, he's really dupe dependent, and he's not in a good meta right now. But I think like festival battles, he'll be really fun. So I can't wait to see that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.